everyone. Today we will be tier ranking the 23 books I read in 2025. If you have watched Sarah Caroli's YouTube channel, that is where this inspo is coming from because I love watching her do those videos. And so I'm going to rank the books I've read. So let's make some tea and get to rating. Okay, got my tea. I am ready to start ranking some of these books. Okay, so we have my books here, all 23 of them. So they're kind of just randomly throughout the order. This is not the order I read them in. Let's talk about kind of the categories that I have for ranking these books. Can't stop thinking about it. Obviously, this was a 5-star read. This was one that I wouldn't shut up about, that I wanted to tell all my friends that you need to go read this book immediately. Really good, but not top tier. Now, this one's also pretty good, but it was just missing a little something. Like, it was so close to being a 5-star, but I don't know, there was just something about it that didn't really, make it the best for me. Enjoyed and would recommend. Now, this one's yeah, this was a good book. This was a good book, and if you're looking for something to read, and maybe it's not as, mainstream or popular, so I'll give you this one as a suggestion. Was it, something that I'm you need to read this now? No, but, I'll suggest it. It was good. Good story and a palate cleanser, where it's something that I know is going to be a quick and easy read, and obviously if it's making it into this ranking, it was a quick and easy read. And just to, maybe I've been reading a series and I want a little break, want a little something to get through quick, this is where it's going. Cute idea, but didn't hold my attention. Okay, the storyline was unique. It was a little bit different, not something I've read before, but I don't know, I just wasn't really getting through the book like I thought I would. It's taking me a little bit longer. Not really finding myself want to pick the book up. That's what that category will be. And then what was that? What the heck did I just pick up? What did I read? What even is that? And yeah, so let's start rating. Let's start placing books where they need to go. But we'll just start with the very first one. So Archer's Voice. This was a very interesting story. I had seen this everywhere. I didn't really know what it was kind of going into it, but it's a really cute romance. And I would say it was really good, but not top tier, just for the fact that it was a really, really good storyline and something I haven't really read in a long time. But at the same time, there was a lot going on. So wouldn't say top tier, but okay. The Gingerbread Bakery. Now, this would be good story and a little bit of a palate cleanser. This is your stereotypical romance, just right into the tropes, quick, easy read, something where if you want a standalone book to read, that I would pick something like this. And it is a cute little town themed vibe, almost like Hallmark movies is what I would equate that to, except if they were low-key spicy, because I was not expecting it to be like that. Okay, Housemaid's Secret. I think I would put this in enjoyed and would recommend, just because, well, I guess I'll go ahead and do the first book too, since I'm going to talk about that. I would say that one was really good, but not top tier, because I did call one of the things in there. And then the only thing I didn't guess was one small little tidbit. But the second book, it was a little bit different storyline than I was expecting. It was still good, just not as good as the first one. So I wouldn't put them on the same tier ranking. Let's see. Oh, also I want to say, if you look at my Goodreads, you're probably not going to be seeing all this, because I'm trying to do better about not just rating everything 5 stars, because I'm oh yeah, that was pretty enjoyable. So I'm trying to really think about the way I rate. I want my 5 stars to be wow, these are the books up there. Can't stop thinking about things like that. So I need to do better about rating. Next, The Perfect Marriage. That was another thriller that I would say was really good, but not top tier. I'll be honest, I did not guess the ending of this one. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I was tired because I was traveling to Hawaii whenever I was reading this. I don't know. Maybe it was just really well written. Is because I was just so set on it being some specific person and it just happened to not be that person. So I was really shocked by that. Okay, Does It Hurt? Let me just tell y'all, this was the first book that I've read that would be considered more on the dark romance. It was for a book club. And I would say for this one, I would put it in enjoyed and would recommend. Like, this was honestly I liked the romance storyline. Yes, there was like the dark part of it, but it wasn't even like that dark, I would say. But then also it was like kind of giving thriller. Very weird. Like, it just had like the strangest little twist all of a sudden. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that to be in there. But yeah, okay. Then which one is this one? Words of Radiance. And then good, we got Way of Kings, Brandon Sanderson also. Well, I'll just start with the first one. This was my first time getting into this series, recommended by my boyfriend. I really like these books. I honestly wasn't sure how I would like them or not, because I just was like, in my mind, Brandon Sanderson was like boy books, and it's going to be all boy things. There's probably not going to be romance. Like, I don't know. So just misjudged that for sure. But really good storyline. Love the way that it's like, it's very much high fantasy, but it's like something I've not really read in a while. I feel like so far reading this, like with all the characters and just the way you get to know them, it's almost like probably the boy version of Throne of Glass, which someone can correct me if I'm wrong if you've read this book, but that's just kind of how I picture it in my mind, like the boys Throne of Glass right there. Okay. Words of Radiance, also can't stop thinking about it. It's just like every single time it's in the book, it's just you're reading. It's really good story building. You really fall in love with the characters. And then towards the end, things go crazy. And I mean, it just kind of gives Sarah J. Maas in that aspect too, because it's like, you know, you're going to go along and then bam! At the last few pages, yeah, you're about to get left on a cliffhanger. You're about to get like all kinds of craziness happening. But it's really, really good. And I'm actually reading the third book right now. Cursed. This is a Marissa Meyer book. I like reading hers, but I'm going to have to put this one in a cute idea, but didn't hold my attention because I love the way she does fairy tale story retellings, and Heartless is my favorite one by her. And if I had that one on here, I would definitely put that in the Can't Stop Thinking About It book, because that one was like really well written. But this story, I mean, I read the first book. This is the second one in that series. Read the first book a while ago. Maybe just like disconnecting from the storyline didn't help. But I don't know, it was just a little bit more like drug out than I felt like it could have been. It was a very, very good storyline though, I will say that. Icebreaker. I feel like I would put this one. It's in between these two, I would say. And really thinking about this one more than I thought I would, but let's see. I think I would put it in enjoyed and would recommend, just because of like the athletic standpoint, like she's really going for the competition. And then it was also, well, now that I keep thinking about it, actually, I think I'm going to have to put it in a good story and palate cleanser section, just because it was like that quick, easy read that you get through and held your attention, I would say. But yeah, some parts of the romance were a little cheesy, but okay. Loathe to Love You. I'm also going to have to put that one in this section, just because I just like Ali Hazelwood's books. I like just the kind of like STEM romance, but anywho. Okay, Good Girl Complex. I actually really, really liked this one, and I enjoyed it, and I would recommend. Cute summer read. I did read that while I was at the beach because I just felt like it would be the vibes. Same with the Gingerbread Bakery story. I read that during Christmas to try to get the vibes. Okay, Sunrise on the Reaping. Okay, obviously, another Hunger Games book that ate down. Like, I loved Haymitch's story. So good. Very sad. I'm really excited for the movie, though, so I'm excited for that this year. Then we got Kristen Hannah, The Nightingale. I love that book. It was so good. It was a sad but really beautiful, and I just loved it. And it was a historical fiction, and I know some of my friends didn't really enjoy it, but I really liked it. And I have heard so many good things about her books, and I want to continue reading her books. So that's another goal of mine this year, is to try to read some more books by her. Ink, Blood, Sister Scribe. I just picked this up at the library, and I think this one's also like a cute idea, but it didn't really hold my attention. Like, it was a very cool and unique storyline, but I just really couldn't get into it, and I don't know why. Variation. I honestly would put this more into the enjoyed and would recommend. It's by Rebecca Yarros, and I was very curious how a romance would go from her compared to like Fourth Wing. But yeah, this one was really good. They do ballet. It was a very interesting storyline. And then, of course, like some drama. But yeah, pretty good. I would rate it in the better end of the romance books. Let's see. Okay, looks like coming up we got a lot of the Red Queen series. And I know for sure the Red Queen, I really liked the first book. And it was really good. I like couldn't put it down. Really reading, and I honestly don't remember, because these were the books I read at the very beginning of last year. I don't remember the order, or like kind of where everything fell in the storyline. I don't know. I think maybe just, I think on this one, for like all these, unfortunately, because their first one was a 5-star, but the rest of them were good, and I would definitely recommend for someone to read them because it was a really cute and good series. I feel like it's just one of those series where it's like I would have ate that up in middle school and like whenever I was younger, and so it's just like, I don't know, now that I'm getting into like more in-depth storylines, that it's just not as, I don't know, the first book I just wasn't going where I was expecting it to, but it was a very good series, and I really did like it. Actually, I will put this one, because I like the last book a lot too. I'll put that one in really good, but not top tier, because that one was building back up in the intensity to me. But yeah, good series, definitely recommend. Onyx Storm. This one I did rate 5 stars, and I did really enjoy this one for that series because loved the first book, could not put it down. I was still in school whenever I was reading that book, and I didn't even want to go to my like classes. I didn't want to do my work. I just wanted to read the book. Second one, it was good, but just not as good as the first one to me. And then the third one, I really liked that one. It got me again. Okay, so the last two are a part of the A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I think is what it's called. And I read those also at the beginning of the year. So unfortunately, I really don't know which one's which. I think this is the second book. And I unfortunately, I think both of these are also going to have to go into the enjoyed and would recommend. Very cute series, a little fantasy series. It was a very cute story, and I really enjoyed it. I'm a little behind on the trend because I know this story was super popular a long time ago, and I totally like had bought the series and never gotten to it, which is another thing I struggle with, is getting through my TBR and not just buying new books because I really want to read the ones I have. So that's what this year was kind of trying to do, but I did a little bit of that, but still bought a lot of new books. But anyway, so this series, very cute little fantasy read. Honestly, it was a really cute story, but all right. I guess I really didn't have any, book rankings. Well, I guess the only one I would put as a what is that is, I didn't even have it as a picture, didn't even like mark it in my Goodreads. It was some dark romance book that we were going to read for book club. And as I was reading it, I was like, oh, I don't really know if I'm like vibing with this, because it was like a stalker aspect, which was like, oh, I was curious to see how like one of those kind of books would be written. But as it kept going, I was just like, I don't know. It's just kind of giving weird vibes because the girl was just, I don't know, just the way she like was thinking all the time about like the guys. And then not only that, the way the guys were like, oh, you're mine, and like saying like all this stuff. It's just like, ooh, And the fact that she's just like, oh, he's cute, or he's so hot, and they're like saying that stuff about her. I'm just like, girl, no, these guys are giving me the ick. I cannot do this. So I just couldn't finish it. So I DNF'd, and also it would definitely go in the what was that book category. Well, that was all 23 books that I read last year, and we gave them all a tier ranking. If you have any good book recommendations for me as I go into this year of reading and trying to hit my reading challenge goal, then let me know, because I would love to check them out and just have some like ideas of what is out there to read. Thanks for watching.